Welcome to this presentation on the Irish Research Council's Government of Ireland Postdoctoral Fellowship Scheme for 2015. My name is Dr. Kate Ryan, and together with my colleague Dr. Iván O'Brien, I manage the Government of Ireland Postdoctoral Fellowship Scheme. The Irish Research Council provides research funding to excellent individuals, to researchers across all research disciplines, everything from arts to zoology. We are the only funding agency not currently bound by the 14 research priority areas. Unconstrained by programmatic themes, applicants can submit applications in any research area or in any research topic. Applications are evaluated purely on the basis of excellence. I'm going to say that again. All applications are evaluated purely on the basis of excellence. We believe in excellent researchers proposing excellent research projects. In addition to investing in people, we also invest in ideas. The Council encourages independent exploratory research and welcomes interdisciplinary research projects, where researchers build on the synergies between different disciplines. The Council strongly believes in the importance of encouraging individuals to become rigorous and, importantly, independent researchers. And as you can see from the busy slide presented here, we have a suite of exciting and innovative funding opportunities designed to facilitate researchers' crucial first steps on their research career paths, while at the same time enabling valuable, novel research to take place and welcoming partnerships with enterprise and industry. There is plenty of information available on our website on all these schemes, but for the purposes of this presentation, I am now going to focus exclusively on the Government of Ireland Postdoctoral Fellowship Scheme, which is currently open, with an applicant deadline of exactly 4 p.m. on the 27th of November 2014. No late applications will be accepted, so please note that time carefully. I'm going to briefly run through now what exactly the Government of Ireland Postdoctoral Fellowship is, what the award entails, i.e. if the application is successful, what will you get out of it? Eligibility criteria. Are you eligible to apply? And I will also go through various aspects of the application form and the application process. But before I start on that information, I'd like to direct you to our website and to the various documents we have posted there for your benefit. If you scroll down to the bottom of the postdoctoral funding page on the website, you'll see a comprehensive list of documentation available that I consider to be essential reading. While the top 6 documents highlighted here are all relevant to applicants, I especially urge you to read carefully through the Terms and Conditions for 2015, the Frequently Asked Questions, the FAQ document, which is regularly updated, and the Guide for Applicants. The Terms and Conditions document outlines all the legal conditions that must be fulfilled by the applicant, both at the time of application and for the full duration of the award if successful. The Guide for Applicants document is to assist applicants in writing and submitting their application. It is a large document with a lot of information on aspects such as eligibility, evaluation criteria, and guidance on the online application system. All applications must be submitted via the online system, so please do not send us your CV or any emails. The application must be submitted through the online system only. The Frequently Asked Questions document responds to queries submitted by the research offices. So this document, which is routinely updated, is posted on the website, and I recommend you keep an eye on the website for the most recent updates. The Government of Ireland Postdoctoral Fellowship is aimed at supporting excellent applicants in all disciplines intending to pursue a research project. Applicants can apply for either a 1 or 2 year award. The 1 year awards are for publication purposes based on the original doctoral thesis. The 2 year award offers an opportunity for applicants to either embark on an altogether new project or a project that demonstrates a significant development from the doctoral thesis. Note that I've underlined the word demonstrate, as it is up to you, the applicant, to demonstrate the significance of the development in how you write the proposal. Also, you need to think carefully about whether you wish to apply for a 1 or a 2 year award. If successful in either a 1 or a 2 year award, you can't then subsequently apply for the other award. So, in this round, if you're successful and hold a 1 year award, at the end of that 1 year, you can't then apply and hold a 2 year award. So think now about which award, either the 1 or the 2 year, would be best for you. Also, please note that these awards under the Government of Ireland scheme are made to the individual fellow. Awardees hold the award in their own name. It doesn't belong to the mentor and it doesn't belong to the HEI. The awardees hold the award and making it a prestigious award which is valuable to your CV and can benefit your research career development. So, what do you get with this award? Well, the fellowships are valued at up to a maximum of €45,895 per annum. This includes costs for salary, PRSI and employer pension contributions at the amounts stated here in the slide. Note the pension contribution is up to a maximum of 20%, but the actual final amount may vary and depends on the host organisation. So if you have any queries, please check with your proposed host organisation to see how their pension scheme is set up. Research expenses up to a maximum of €5,000 are also available, but applicants must submit a proposed budget and provide a justification or a rationale for how they propose to spend the research expenses. All fellowships are full-time. At the moment, the Irish Research Council doesn't cater for part-time fellowships. These fellowships must be held at a recognised Irish higher education institution or a research performing organisation. This does not include Northern Ireland. For a full list of all eligible higher education institutions and research performing organisations, please check our website. There is a detailed list showing all the eligible organisations. I'm now going to discuss the critical issue of eligibility. Eligibility to terms and conditions is strictly adhered to. So again, I urge you to read the terms and conditions document carefully. It's on the website there for you. Also, look at the guide for applicants. At the very start of the document, there is a full eligibility flowchart. Please review this carefully and check and ensure that you are eligible to apply, as these applications involve considerable work and effort on your part, and you should check your eligibility before you embark on such an undertaking. One of the main criteria, based on the fact that this scheme is directed at early stage researchers, is the requirement that you cannot have graduated or successfully defended your viva either before the 28th of February 2010 or no later than the 28th of February 2015. I've included a screenshot here from the online application form. For those applicants who have already graduated, you must in the application form confirm your graduation date. Should you be successful and receive a letter of offer, you will be required to submit your transcripts for all your qualifications, and your PhD graduation date will be checked in the context of this requirement. For applicants who have not yet graduated but are scheduled to sit their viva no later than the 28th of February 2015, there are 3 conditions which the applicant must meet and confirm in the online application form. You must confirm that you have formally submitted your thesis for examination, that there are examiners appointed to your viva or thesis defence examination, and that you have a viva thesis defence examination date scheduled no later than the 28th of February 2015. If subsequently successful in this application and you are sent a letter of offer from the Council, You will be asked for confirmation from the awarding host institution that your viva or thesis defence was successfully defended no later than the 28th of February. If such a confirmation cannot be provided to the Council, then the offer of funding may be withdrawn. Applicants must also satisfy certain publication requirements. As you can see here, applicants must have authored or co-authored at least one published peer review research publication or have generated equivalent IP output. In the absence of both these requirements, applicants must upload samples of their written work. However, that's only in the absence of those first two criteria. If you fulfill either the first or the second criteria, then there is no need to upload samples of your written work. I've included here another screenshot from the online application form, and as you can see, there is plenty of opportunity for you to provide information on your various publications and outputs to date. Additional eligibility criteria include the requirements that an applicant must not hold or have held previously a Government of Ireland or EPS postdoctoral fellowship before. Also, applicants must not have been a postdoc for more than 5 years or currently be a permanent member of staff at either a higher education institution or a research performing organisation, either in Ireland or abroad. So at this point, if you're eligible and interested in applying, it's now time to stop, think, and choose wisely. You need to nominate a host organisation where you'll conduct your research, an academic mentor attached to that host organisation, and 2 independent referees. In terms of your academic mentor and host organisation, they should have the capacity to provide you with the professional guidance and mentoring that you require to fulfil the project, and also any necessary access to experimental facilities or data or libraries. The organisation and mentor you select should be the best fit for your proposed project, and it's for you, the applicant, to demonstrate why and how the host organisation and mentor fit with your proposed project. Also, it's essential that you note that your academic mentor cannot also act as a referee. Your 2 referees must be independent. But there is no limit on the number of applicants that a mentor can mentor. In terms of your referees, you should choose somebody who is familiar with your work. This could be a course lecturer or a final year tutor, perhaps a previous manager. Technically, anyone can be your referee, but you want your reference to add value to your application. We suggest that you talk to all the relevant parties, the academic mentor, the referees, and the host organisation in terms of the research office, as soon as possible, and make sure they are all on board and willing and able to support your application. Don't forget that the research office will need to endorse your application, so it's highly recommended that you talk to them early on in the process. Not to mention the fact that the majority of research officers have plenty of knowledge and experience, which makes them a valuable resource, so don't waste it. Contact them as soon as possible. Also, don't wait until the last minute to check whether your project might need ethical approval. Look into this now. Also, have you stopped and asked whether your research project has a biological sex and or gender dimension to it? Read up and find out. At an appendix in the guide for applicants, you will find all the information you need to determine this. And if your project does indeed have a biological sex and or gender dimension to it, you will need to integrate this into your design, the implementation, the evaluation and dissemination of the research. Also, Are you happy for the Irish Research Council to share your application data with potential interested enterprise partners or other co-funding agencies? Now for the section you really want to know. How do you win an award? It's a competitive scheme, so how do you stand out from the rest of the crowd? Well, you need to think about your proposed research project. What is your central research question? Is what you're proposing to do novel, and will it contribute something new to your research area? Have you considered the impact? Not just publications, but also the societal impact. And have you demonstrated this in your application? The description of the project, including the methodology and the research plan, is key. You need to make sure that the plan is both feasible and reasonable and achievable. The word counts in the online system are maximum limits. They're not targets that you must meet. Include all the necessary relevant information, but be concise and write in plain, clear English. Remember, all the Irish Research Council schemes are evaluated by international assessors. So while their English will be excellent, they're not natural English speakers. So it is best to write as clearly as possible. Remember, first impressions do count, and you want your application remembered for the right reasons. So, it sounds obvious, I know, but it's essential that you check your basics. Your grammar, your spelling. Remember to proofread over and over. Ask a trusted friend or colleague to read it over as well. In such a competitive scheme, every point counts, and you don't want to throw away marks for lack of attention to detail. So, what other things do you need to think about? Look at your writing style. Clear and declarative prose usually works best. Be precise about what you plan to do, but don't use excessive jargon or text speak. The Government of Ireland postdoctoral scheme is very competitive. The Council has a limited budget, and the scheme receives hundreds of applications every year. So again, it's essential that your application not only stands out, but stands out for the right reasons. Have you given adequate thought to what kind of outputs might be generated by your project? And have you thought about how you're going to disseminate these outputs? Think beyond publications. Will there be any other opportunities for you to disseminate your work, both to the academic community and general society? As mentioned, the Council employs international assessors to evaluate all their schemes. Assessors who are very experienced in their respective fields. So this may lead to a reputational risk in terms of the international research landscape, particularly for the host organisation and the mentor, if the application is poor. So please do not apply just for the sake of it. Think about it, talk to your proposed mentor, talk to the research office, and make sure you're ready to apply. In the interests of fairness and transparency for all our applicants, which are many, we do not enter into any individual correspondence with applicants, either by phone or by email. Should you have any queries, please contact your research office in the first instance. If they are unable to answer your query, they will submit it as an FAQ, and the Council will then post the question and answer in the FAQ document on the website. This document is updated regularly, so check the website for up-to-date information. Also, please note that the deadline for receipt of FAQs is 4 p.m. on the 20th of November 2014. So if you do have any important queries that need to go through the research office, please contact them in advance of this deadline. There are many stages to the application process here in the Irish Research Council, and I'm not going to go through them all now. However, I want to draw your attention to this flowchart that is posted on the website along with the other documentation. It is worth taking a look at this flowchart for an idea of the different phases of the application process, both in terms of the applicant deadline, the mentor and referee deadline, and the research office deadline, but also the subsequent phases of assessment and award notifications. Also, please note that the IRC provides full guidance on using the online system. So, should you have any queries regarding the online system, access to the system, or any technical problems, then please send an email to postdoc@research.ie as soon as possible, and we will do everything we can to resolve whatever issue you're having. On the subject of mentors and referees, again, you should talk to your mentor and referee well in advance and ensure that they're happy, willing and available, i.e. available during the right time period to support your application. Mentors are pre-registered in the online system, so if you cannot see them in the drop-down box when you're in the online system, please contact your research office in order for the research office to register the mentor. Applicants register their referee separately. Once the mentor and referee details are saved to the application form, they should receive an automatic email invitation to complete their relevant forms in the online system. Very soon after you've saved your academic, mentor and referee details to the system, you should contact them directly and ensure that they have received the email. The single most common technical mistake or error that an applicant makes is with the contact email address for referees. That is why it is essential to check and ensure that they receive the email. If there is an incorrect email address submitted in the system, the referee is unable to participate in the process, and the application will be deemed automatically ineligible. Once an application is submitted, there are no further changes or corrections permitted. So it's absolutely essential, I can't stress this enough, to check that the email address details are correct while the application is still in draft. The Council does not accept any late forms from the mentor or the referees, and all forms must be submitted via the online system. The Council does not accept any mentor referee forms sent by email, hard copy or any other format. In terms of the assessment procedure, we have separate pots of funding for AHSS and STEM applications. As mentioned previously, all applications are evaluated on the basis of excellence, originality and potential. There are no quotas or bias regarding research topics or preferred research areas. There's no bias according to 1 versus 2 year awards, and all applications are gender blinded, so there's no quotas or bias in that respect. The evaluation criteria is contained at the back of the guide to applicants. I suggest you read and reread this whilst completing your application. And then I'm going to give the last word, so to speak, from the assessors themselves. Every year we ask our assessors for some general feedback on where they feel the successful applications went right, or more importantly, why or how some applications, and some of them may be quite good, but still don't get funded. So I'm going to go through the top comments that our assessors have sent to us. You need to know or check if your project has an ethical element or biological sex and or gender dimension. Make sure the project is feasible. The maximum award duration is 2 years, so it's no good submitting an amazing proposal to build a fantastic new prototype only for it to take 3 to 4 years. Be realistic about what can be achieved in the time span. So whether it's a 1 year or 2 year award, the proposed project must fit the duration of the award. Clearly describe your methodology and also be clear about what skills you already have. There are no points for leaving assessors guessing. So for example, if your project is investigating Greek mythology, then state that you can speak Greek. Don't just expect them to assume you can. clearly demonstrate why your proposed mentor and the host organisation are the right fit for you and the project. If you're not proposing to move organisation, then provide a clear rationale for why you're already in the best place to carry out the project. And encourage your referees to write a reference that is particular to you, not some generic piece that could apply equally well to a handful of other applicants, but something personal, but also brief and to the point. And then finally, assessors commented on a perceived lack of input from the mentor and the research department. While the application should be yours and shouldn't be written by anyone else, we urge you to accept and seek advice from your mentor and colleagues in your department. Also, read the supporting documentation. It's on the website. All you have to do is click and download it. It can really help you with your application. Read and reread the evaluation criteria whilst completing the application form. And again, read the completed form before submission. There are no corrections allowed once the application form is submitted. There are no second chances. So proofread at least once and ask a second person to read it for you. Finally, listen to any advice given. Everyone is willing you to do well. We've come to the end of this presentation. Thank you for listening. I would urge you to see the website for any more information required or contact your research office. We regularly post updates on our social media, so please follow us. We're on Twitter, Facebook and LinkedIn. And for any assistance with the online system, contact us by email to postdoc@research.ie. Thank you.